What's going on, guys? Today's video is another build breakdown. This one is my Striker 4K 9K PvP setup upon request of my friend Becca, who said, and I quote, "I just want to go back to being mediocre at PvP instead of garbage like I am now." Damn. Well, Becca, cheer up because we're about to get this shit cracking. Now, I realized in my last video I didn't go too far in depth in terms of abilities, the skills that I run, player talents, and things of that nature, so I'm going to go touch base over things like that this time around. But with that being said, the weapons that I use on a Striker, I almost always use a shotgun. People think it's cheesy, but that's really the most efficient way to run it. Each shot landed grants 2 stacks, so on a shotgun where each shot has 8 individual fragments, you've gotten yourself 16 stacks for landing a single shot. You can hit 100 stacks with 6 shots, assuming you don't miss. That can be really overpowered if you know how to manage that. So, in my case, I have an SASG right now. Every so often, I'll switch to, I got this Marine Super 90 down here with the same talent rolls on it. The only difference is the Super 90 has a slower fire rate, but it has a higher damage output. So if you can manage the pop shot, it's a little difficult. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. The SASG is just a little bit more consistent. The pop shot is this wonderful thing where you can combine the aim assist function in your settings with a quick succession of the left and right trigger to do this little thing right here where you quick in and out, get quick accurate shots, quick stacks, and it's efficient. It's a little cheesy. Everybody thinks that you're automatically a cheater. You automatically have a Cronus Max just because, you can abuse the aim assist. Anybody can do it. It's not hard. Pick up a shotgun, try it out, fuck it. And in terms of building stacks, it's a little more efficient. When I'm by myself, I usually run a house with Unforgiving and Deadly. That is a fantastic combination of talents, by the way. If you haven't tried it, I suggest it very much. But in group fights, which I've been doing lately, I run an AR that has Unforgiving, Deadly, and Competent. If you have Skill Haste, Competent is a very, very cried for talent. It's slept on. People kind of disregarded that one since 1.7 is kind of, on the wayside. Skill Haste builds aren't really where they are, but I still think Skill Haste is a viable option on your gear. Striker gear set gives you 30% added stability, which comes in really handy with assault rifles. On my gear itself, my Striker is ruled for health, Skill Haste, and I'd like ammo capacity. If you can get crit hit chance on your mask and your holster and crit hit damage on your knee pads and your backpack, for a build where damage output is your intention, that's the best way to go. And if you can land that, definitely shoot for it. The way my build is set up right now is I have 4 pieces rolled for stamina, 1 for firearms, and all 5 of my gear mods that actually affect your stats are all rolled for stamina as well. And what that does is that gets me with 9,000 stamina, pretty much flat, and 4,100 firearms, roughly 4,000 and some change. Now, if I wanted to have it be all 5 gear pieces rolled to stamina with all firearms mods, I would have 4,000 firearms flat and then 9,000 and some change. But that's, to each their own, however you'd like to run it. I personally didn't think I needed the toughness at the time. Your gloves are a very important role. If you can manage crit chance and crit damage, that's excellent. For a Striker where you want to run an AR damage would be choice, but for me, I like the shotguns. I like being cheesy. Welcome to 1.8. In terms of gear mods and player abilities and things like that, I run a pulse, and my 4 performance mods are all 2% pulse crit hit damage. So when I'm in a group, I run a pulse to help my friends out. I like running that, and also just for me to activate my competent, and the extra crit chance is nice. I run a box because, you gotta curb that bleed. But when I'm by myself, I run a booster shot. For talents, if you run a precision and you're not using a pulse, your pulse performance mods still affect the precision pulse that was activated from landing a headshot on an agent. So I like to run that with my booster shot. If I'm running a pulse, like for right now, I don't necessarily need it. If I were running in a group, I'd run Battle Buddy with a green or something along those lines. On this build with my AR, my crit hit chance is 29%, if I could just find it, 29% and 121 damage. On my shotgun, let's get there, because I actually don't even know. My crit hit chance 25.5 and 79 damage. That's not too bad, but on Striker, crit hit damage isn't all that important because you're going to be building your damage based off of your consecutive shots anyway. For my gear mods, I have 3 that are stamina with skill haste, which brings me to 15% with the added 9% that's on my chest to bring me to an 18, I believe. Yes, 18% skill haste, and then I have 2 that are stamina with, was that crit chance? 1 crit chance mod? Yeah, it was all the way at the bottom. I hope you guys liked the video today. If you like what you saw, drop a like, drop a subscribe, hit that little bell there so you get a notification whenever I put something out. Let's get right into the PvP and see how this thing works.
Vira aí,
Onde
Wilson.
que ele foi? Ele tá aí?
Tá aqui comigo. Tá bem vivo.
Caraca. Tá com o bug do céu, mas não fica pra trás.
Tela 12. Nossa, tem, ó.
Bro, these dudes really fighting me with like 3 turrets right now in a 3v1. They all so garbage.
Tá com 12.
Pega ele aí, Harry, que ele tá atirando pra mim. Nossa!
Foda. Ah, vou salvar também.
Morrer, ele morre. Ai, caramba.
Puta, o pior. Ah, melhor.
Tá aqui, ó.
Vira ursão, vira ursão, vira ursão.
Tirando a caixa dele, ó.
Ai, tem que bater.
Ó, tá vendo? Pode ser perto, ó. Não deixa ele ir. Vem, ó. Agora tá vendo.
These dudes put on Pred so they can 3v1 me with shock turrets. Sit down, bitch. Bro, these dudes are so ass, man. It's unbelievable.
É que você parou na frente dele, não para na frente dele, ó.
Yo, Striker is a god build, bro.
Não consigo colocar
Bro, this dude's just ducking me, bro.
Ver acertando esse foda. Não, ele tá com Cronos. Se eu tô com Cronos, eu tô com alguma coisa.
Yes, bitch, sit down.
Ai, caramba.